Welcome back to my dive into every N64 game released in Japan, my complete collection. I should mention that I am not including the 64 DD games because I'm not a millionaire and I can't afford the system. We're going into every game that was released in cartridge in Japan, going through my whole collection. Starting off with Custom Robo, an amazing game. I cannot believe, I'm shocked, flabbergasted, that Custom Robo did not come out in the United States. Although it was released in 1999, kind of makes sense. People figured, especially in America, the N64 was dead. By 2000, absolutely, PlayStation 2 was coming out. GameCube was on the horizon. Why would we come out with what is actually one of the best, I would say, action games released for the N64, both in terms of graphics and gameplay? It also had a sequel. There is a Custom Robo V2 out there. I have the box here somewhere. We'll get to that in a little bit. But you sort of like build a robot. You control him in a little battlefield. Pilot him around. Great. Fantastic gameplay. Wet Tricks. I actually don't know anything about Wet Tricks. Yes, I need to state at the beginning of my videos very clearly that collecting is a disease. And when I was in Japan for 8 years, it took me 7 of those 8 years to complete this collection. And I have played maybe 30% of these games. Haven't played Chameleon Twist. Japan Supply System. Is that a sticker? No. I'm guessing that's a localizer, perhaps. High Voltage Screaming Action. I didn't know that Chameleon Twist had high screaming voltage action. High Voltage Screaming Action? High Screaming Voltage Action? Here's Chameleon Twist 2, also by Japan Supply System. Is this also High Voltage Screaming Action? Indeed it is. How high screaming, I could not tell you. I haven't played it. What I have played is, what is this? Uchanan-chan no Hono no Charanja Denryu Ire Irabo. This is a game based off of a Japanese TV show where you can see here, it's got a rail system around here. You've got a little stick, little metal stick that you put in there and you kind of like navigate it around. You touch, it's much like the game Operation. If you hit one of those edges, boom, you're done. It was like a game show. If you made it all the way through, you won like 10 grand or something. It's fun. It's interesting. It's really super difficult. The difficulty ramps up, I would say, geometrically, very quickly. So it can be difficult to complete. I never completed it. I played it a bunch. Had fun. That's good enough for me. Excitebike 64, a sequel, I suppose you could say, to the original Excitebike that came out for the Famicom. Was there an Excitebike for the Super Nintendo? I don't believe so. I don't recall. But here's Excitebike 64. Again, one of those like racing games for the 64 that much like Extreme G, here we've got Extreme G 1 and 2. I like the one on the left. It's got nice and purple. And very interesting that they would go between these two different labels here. Because here we've got, it's very clearly a racing game. We got a rocket there. So perhaps there's some items involved in Extreme G. Couldn't tell you. Haven't played it yet. And then we go to this. It's just like, it's a logo. It's a symbol, purple background. Looks beautiful, but doesn't tell me what the game is about. I guess I'd have to know. What year did this come out? That could help us. 1998, that's still pretty early. You feel like later on, because if you look at like the Chameleon Twist, which one? Yeah, see here, it's very colorful. They was this a thing? Back in the late 90s, they're like, okay, first we're going to start out our series. We're going to have loads of characters, lots of things. It's going to be very busy label here. And it's just like, there's just one dude. One of the Chameleon's Twist, we'll call him. They did that with Extreme G too. We've got snowboarding games. Yes, this was the time, late 90s, time of extreme sports, Tony Hawk, and also snowboarding. Here we've got King Hill 64, Airboarder 64. This was, I suppose, around the time of when the Winter Olympics were getting big. You had the Winter Olympics in 92? Was it? That was the one with Tanya Harding, right? If you've seen I, Tonya, that centers around the Olympics. Winter Olympics specifically, because I think they had split off. Originally, the Olympics both happened summer and winter in the same year. Then they split them off, so they happened every 2 years. Airboarder 64. There's 1080 in here somewhere. We've got Snowboard Kids. Actually, let me pull that off from over here since we're talking about snowboarding. Here's Snowboard Kids. I've never seen this many snowboarding games. And I don't remember seeing any snowboarding games for the Super Nintendo. So maybe they thought, we can actually do things in 3D now. Up to that point, what was the best 2D snow-based game at that point? It was the one that came, I think, with HP computers, where you're like skiing down a slope and like a snowman is trying to catch you and murder you. That's the only snow-based 2D game that I can think of that was really good. Couple Goemon games here. Which one is this one? This is, let's see. This is Ganbare Goemon Dero Dero Michichu. Oh, I can't read that. Can't read the furigana there. This is the second Mystical Ninja game that came out in the United States for the N64. I love the Mystical Ninja games. Very fun, very basic graphics, but very, very evocative, if that makes any sense. I love the Goemon series. I've got one for the Super Nintendo that I want to play. Here we've got this one. This is a Japanese exclusive. This is Goemon Mononoke Sugoroku. This is a board game. It's like Mario Party, sort of, in that it is board-based. The similarities perhaps end there, or they don't. I'm not sure. But I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's okay. Ah, yes. This is Eruteru Monsters. You may know it as Quest 64. Really breaking down that name there. Love the art, love the graphics here. Sort of Imagineer, but has a very almost a Dragon Quest sort of feel to it, at least in terms of the artwork, even though it's, not Toriyama. But it's a really cool 3D RPG. The N64 did not have many N64 RPGs. Very few of them. And most of them, I think, came out outside of Japan, now that I think about it. Wait, do I have 2 copies of this? Oh my god. I think I do. I thought I went through all my doubles. Hold on. I'm going to move over here for a second. No, wait, that's yellow. That's no. Where is it? Good. All right. Oh, here it is. Well, this has been an exciting video because I have located some of my doubles, so I'm going to have to get rid of this one. Which one looks better? Let's see, using the light there. I think the one on the left. Yeah, all right. So hold on the one on the left. Put that over there. I'm going to put my double over there, and I'm going to get rid of it. No need for doubles. No need for this giant collection. City Tour Grand Prix. 1998 Imagineer game. Sure, it's fine. Put that over the side. Yes, Olympic Hockey 98. So was it 1998 that the Nagano Olympics? So it was 94 would have been the other one with Tanya Harding. Whatever that one was. Released by Midway and ported by Konami? Which is it? I don't think Midway was localizing things in Japan, so I don't know what's going on here. It was 100 yen. It's $1, so of course you're going to pick it up. Especially if you're trying to tick boxes off of your collection, which I don't think you should do. It's landed me into this thing where I own a bunch of games that I haven't played. Here we've got Super Speed Race 64. Is it Lamborghini? Can't believe Lamborghini put their name on a game. That's crazy. Because isn't this supposed to be like Automobili Lamborghini in English? Can't remember. I've definitely heard of the game. But who's that? What is that? Titus Japan. There you go. Moving along. We've got, yes, very special. Very interesting that this should come up. This is Super Mario 64, but in Japan, the original Super Mario 64 is a little bit different than the one that we got in the United States. This version here is also known as the Shindo Pack version. This is actually the version that would get ported to the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection for the Switch in 2020. Because it has Rumble features, and actually this one here has the English voice acting. There was no voice acting in the original Mario 64 that was released in Japan. That would be added later for the American version. We move then to Win Back by Koei. This looks very interesting. You see a man, a very beautiful man, wearing a cool future outfit, 1999. Picked it up for $3 at Hard Off. I'm sure it's great. I'll get around to it one of these days. Here we've got Wave Race. Yes, this is the original Wave Race 64. There is, much like Mario 64, there's actually a Rumble Pack version of this game that was released in Japan. This is just the basic version. It's got the Kawasaki jet ski branding. This was, 1996 launch window game for the N64. Then hockey. There's a bunch of hockey games. We've got Olympic hockey, Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey, all of these ice-based sports that are coming to Japan. I'm guessing because finally Japan got exposed to hockey because of the Olympics. Hockey, not very well known in Japan. You can see here, this is interesting. This is not something that frequently happens. You can even compare it to some, you can see a little bit there, but it looks like much like the Super Famicom. Actually, I've got some games over here. So see, notice how it's not smoke that's doing this. Because if it was smoke, the pattern would be irregular. This yellowing here, you're noticing. You notice here on the Super Famicom game here, it's completely limited to the back plastic of the shell. Meanwhile, for this N64 game and for a few other N64 games that I have, it's happening to the front of the shell, but not to the back. So I don't know what's going on. Was this made out of different plastic from this? Or is just that because these were machined at different times to different specifications, that this one has aged much faster than the back? I don't know. It's happening here too. It is a mystery. But what's not a mystery is what I'm going to be doing in my next video, which is showing off more Japanese N64 games. This is, I think, that's about one quarter of the cartridges that I have to show you. I hope you'll stick around. We've got some very good titles you can see already here. A couple of Japanese exclusives. I'm going to show them to you in the next video. If you'd like to see exclusive videos about Japanese game collecting and support the channel, you can head over to patreon.com/jcontra. Thanks for watching, and mahalo.